Namaste to everyone. I welcome you all in my YouTube video channel. Today I will deliver lecture on group, lecture number 25, in which I will discuss center of a group and centralizer of an element in a group. Now we discuss about center of a group. Let G with given binary operation is a group. Let us draw the figure. This is group G with given binary operation. Let us construct a set in which we write all those elements of G which fulfills the specific property. Let G1 be an element of G such that this G1 commutes with every element of G. That is G1 operation G equal to G operation G1 for all elements of G belongs to capital G group. Then we write this element in this set. Let G2 be another element of G which also shows the same property. G2 operation G equal to G operation G2 for all G belongs to capital G. That means G2 commutes with every element of capital G. Then we write G2 here. Let G3 be another element of capital G such that G3 operation G is not equal to G operation G3 for all G belongs to capital G. Therefore, we will not include G3 in this set. In this way, we include all those elements of capital G which commutes with every element of capital G, and we make a set. The name of this set is called center of group. We denote this by ZG. Therefore, we may write ZG as, that is center of group, equal to a set containing all those elements X of capital G such that X commute with G for all G belongs to capital G. And this is the center of the group G. Now we prove a theorem. Theorem is the center of a group is a subgroup. Let G with given binary operation be a group. Let ZG be the center of the group. Therefore, ZG equal to a set containing all those elements of capital G, all those elements X of capital G such that X operation small g equal to G small g operation x for all small g belongs to capital G. Let P belongs to ZG implies that P operation small g equal to small g operation P for all small g belongs to capital G. That means P commutes with each element small g of capital G. And Q belongs to ZG implies that Q operation small g equal to small g operation Q for all small g belongs to capital G. That means Q commutes with each element small g of capital G. Now, P operation Q operation G, where G small g be any element of group capital G. This equal to, by associative law, P operation Q operation G. G belongs to capital G equal to P operation Q operation G means G operation Q. We write here G operation Q. This is number 1, this is number 2. Using 2. This equal to P operation G operation Q. By associative law, since P, Q, G all are elements of group G and group G obeys the associative law, and this equal to G operation P operation Q. Here number 1. This equal to, by associative law, G operation P operation Q. Therefore, P operation Q operation G equal to G operation P operation Q. Therefore, P operation Q commutes with any element of small g belongs to capital G. Therefore, P operation Q belongs to ZG. This is number 4. Now, let P belongs to ZG, that is center of group, implies that P operation G equal to G operation P for all small g belongs to capital G, implies that P inverse operation, this P operation G operation P inverse equal to, right side we perform the same, P inverse operation G operation P operation P inverse. Here by associative law, P inverse operation P operation G operation P inverse. And right side, P inverse operation G operation P inverse. Associative law implies that P inverse P is identity element, operation G, operation P inverse equal to P inverse operation, here G operation P inverse is identity element, implies that E operation G means with identity element, it gives only G operation P inverse equal to P inverse operation, this is also equal to G for all small g belongs to capital G. Therefore, P inverse commute with G, small g, for any element of small g belongs to capital G. That means P inverse belongs to ZG, center of group. Since any element of center of group commutes with any element of group G. This is number 5. From 4 and 5, we get here PQ belongs to ZG, implies that P operation Q belongs to ZG. And in 5, P belongs to ZG implies that P inverse belongs to ZG. Therefore, ZG is a subgroup of G. Proved. Now, we give some notes. Number 1. ZG is a subgroup of group G. That is, center of a group is a subgroup of a group. But ZG is a commutative subgroup of G because each element X belongs to ZG commutes with every element of G. Since each element of ZG is an element of group G, that means every element of ZG commutes with every element of ZG. Therefore, ZG is a commutative subgroup. Again, if G be an abelian group, then ZG equal to G. Because for abelian group, each element commutes with every element of G. Therefore, each element of group G will be element of ZG. That is, each element of G will be element of center of the group. Therefore, ZG equal to G. Now, we will discuss about centralizer of an element in a group. Let G with given binary operation be a group. Let us draw the picture. This is group G with given binary operation. Let A be a particular element of group G. And now we make a set with a specific property. If G1 commutes with A, that is A operation G1 equal to G1 operation A, then we write G1 here, member of this set. If G2 be another element of group G and which commutes with A, then we include G2 in this set. If G3 does not commute with A, then we do not include G3 in this set. In this way, we include all those elements of group G which commutes with particular element A. Then this set will be denoted by CA and name of this set will be centralizer of A, element A. Therefore, CA equal to all those elements X belongs to group G such that A operation X equal to X operation A. Now we prove a theorem. Theorem is centralizer of an element of a group is a subgroup. Let G with given binary operation be a group. Let A belongs to G, then centralizer of element A is a set containing all those elements of G such that A operation X equal to X operation A. Let PQ belongs to CA implies that A operation P equal to P operation A. This is number one. And A operation Q equal to Q operation A. This is number two. Now, P operation Q operation A equal to, by associative law, P operation Q operation A equal to P operation Q operation A means A operation Q by 2 A operation Q. Again by associative law, P operation A under bracket operation Q. Again here P operation A equal to A operation P from 1, this equal to A operation P operation Q. By associative law, this equal to A operation P operation Q. Therefore, P operation Q operation A equal to A operation P operation Q. That is P operation Q commutes with A. That means P operation Q belongs to CA. This is number 3. Now, let P belongs to CA implies that P operation A equal to A operation P. Means P commutes with A implies that P inverse operation P operation A operation P inverse equal to P inverse operation A operation P operation P inverse. By associative law, P inverse operation P operation A operation P inverse, this equal to P inverse operation by associative law A operation P inverse. P inverse operation P is identity element operation A operation P inverse equal to P inverse operation A operation P inverse is identity element, and identity element operation A is A operation P inverse equal to P inverse operation A operation identity element is A. Therefore, P inverse commute with A implies that P inverse belongs to CA. This is number 4. From theory and 4. Here in theory, PQ belongs to CA implies that P operation Q belongs to CA. And in 4, P belongs to CA implies that P inverse belongs to CA. Therefore, CA is a subgroup of G. Proved. Now I will give you details of my lecture notes. Thanks for watching my video. If you are satisfied with my presentation and contents, then please click on like button and do subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.